In the last section, we saw that our function here to print out a team summary of all the people on our team wasn't working quite as we expected. So we've got our map function, and inside of it, we're making reference to this.team name, which I would expect to be Super Squad, but we got back the error message over here that says cannot read property team name of undefined. So again, this is undefined, or it's not what we expect it to be, because we are defining an anonymous function and passing it off to somewhere else in our code base. We are not calling this function ourselves. So obviously the kind of build up here, what I'm getting to is that we can use arrow functions to solve this problem. So let's refactor this function keyword function to a fat arrow function, and let's just see what happens. So I'm going to first delete the function keyword, I'm going to put in my fat arrow function, and boom, all of a sudden it appears that everything works with that one tiny change. So now I've got Jane and Bill, and they're both on the correct team. So what's going on here? Fat arrow functions make use of what is called lexical this. The term lexical this is a super fancy term that is way more complicated sounding than it actually needs to be. Lexical, let's like break that down into two separate words. Okay, so lexical this. The word lexical means the placement of this term depends on how it's interpreted or how it's evaluated. So depending on where we are placing the word this, it will change when we're using a fat arrow function. When we use a fat arrow function and make reference to this inside of it, this is automatically set equal to this in the surrounding context, which in this case is equal to our team. So team is this, and then once we're inside the fat arrow function, this is equal to team. And so you can really imagine, like if we're kind of going back to basic math here, transitive property, where we're basically saying like if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A must be equal to C. So you can kind of imagine that we could kind of take team right here and replace it with this right here, and we would get the same result. That is what is going on right here. So that is the purpose of fat arrow functions, and that is in practice what we actually use them for, beyond just the more compact syntax. If you've ever been writing JavaScript and you've ever gotten really frustrated with how bind works, or how having to cache a reference to this works, or any of those crazy problems with JavaScript's context, they are all solved with fat arrow functions. In short, fat arrow functions make the value of this behave as we would expect and hope it to. That's kind of like the key point here. By default, JavaScript context works in exactly opposite the manner in which we really want and expect it to, right? Like when I use a function keyword right here, I would expect this to be equal to the object, a team, right? But for some crazy reason, it's not. It's equal to undefined. So the key part to keep in mind here is that whenever we're using the fat arrow function, the value of this is what we expect it to be. Okay, so with a better understanding of this, let's continue in the next section with a couple of exercises.